When asked what is a global citizen, the first thing that comes to mind is a person who has probably traveled the world and has immersed themselves in many different cultures, essentially someone who we all aspire to be. However, when putting more thought into the subject, I've realized it's more about how we act towards our fellow global citizens and the responsibility that we all have as citizens of the world to try to accomplish what we all believe in. When given the opportunity during my sophomore year in high school to travel to New Orleans' Ninth Ward to help repair homes that were destroyed by Hurricane Katrina, I could not come up with one reason why I would not go. It was not until I started to talk to my classmates about the trip that I realized not everyone was on the same page when it came to helping others. Many of my peers were surprised that I was willing to give up my spring break to go perform manual labor in a very non-luxurious location. Most of them would have rather slept for a week straight or go to a resort with their families to get an envy-invoking tan. This was the first time that it occurred to me that many of my peers did community service purely because the school forced them to, and not because they actually wanted to help others who were less fortunate. For the entire week I spent in New Orleans, not once did I think I would much rather be home sleeping. I feel this was a sign for me to try to get others more excited about service rather than them feeling forced into it. I think one of the most important things a person can do is to lead by example. I do not think it's always necessary to force someone into doing something they are unsure of. Rather, just doing it yourself will inform people of your beliefs and might make them question their own. I experienced this upon my return from New Orleans, and by informing people of not only how much help I provided, but also how much I learned from the experience. It is important to open people's eyes to new possibilities, however, harassing them and trying to force them to change their entire moral system may not always be the best way. If the world's citizens are closed-minded and not open to change, then the world has no chance of progressing. Things that we think are common sense, such as believing in equality and being accepting of others and their backgrounds, may not be common sense for other people. I believe that if this up-and-coming generation wants to see change, then we need to act upon it, instead of just talking about it. If we can be self-aware and know our impact on each other and the world, then there is nothing standing between us and change.